Welcome back, gentlemen. We are back again on the Football Heritage, and today we will be bringing you the reaction to Boxing Day fixture. Today is the reaction show, and the first game we'll be looking at the game at the Etihad Stadium. That was the first game on Boxing Day where Manchester City they entertained Everton at the Etihad Stadium, and many people thought Man City would have won that game because before that game, City their last 12 games in all competition they won only one, and on Thursday, excuse me, on Boxing Day, yeah, it was Thursday. City started well, and the first 30 minutes in that game they play well in that game. They really control the game. And Everton, they were just defending for their lives. And City took the lead through Bernardo Silva. A lucky goal that deflected went into the back of the net. And after the break, they continued to play in the hall of penalty. Or before that, Everton equalized through the Senegalese international Njai. And City had a penalty. Erling Haaland step up and Pickford saved the penalty from the penalty spot. Since the Arsenal game, Arsenal against Man City, since Erling Haaland made a comment that after the game that Arteta should be humble, he is finding it very, very difficult to score. The first 2 months of the season, this guy, he was electric. He had like 10 goals in the Premier League. Since then, he has been struggling to score goals. And he has been stuck on 13 goals for weeks now. City, they are not scoring. Their wingers, Savino, Jeremy Doku, they are now also scoring. And even their defender, Gavadio, he has more goal in the Premier League than Doku and Savino combined. Doku has like 1 goal and Savino 0. And De Bruyne, he is 100% fit, but he is not starting a football game. Always coming from the bench. The struggle against Everton, they only managed to score 1 goal in a game. So, Mr. Connor, let me ask you, what's your take on that game? You muted.
I want to say good evening to all of our followers, well wishers, sympathizers, and those who watching live tonight. It's a pleasure being on the Football Heritage tonight again. Good evening, Vabwe.
Viewing brother.
So they Man City game result was kind of shocking again. We've been saying it. I was very much sure. I was too overconfident that Man City was going to win that game because um, after going through all those rigmarole, all the hard time, not scoring goals, um, we thought that was a rejuvenating match for Man City. It was a game for them to come back stronger, to score goals, collected 3 points, and then prepare for the next game. I thought it was a turning point for Man City, but unfortunately for them, um, their bad run continued. They started the game brilliantly. They created chances. They went about to score a goal, and then the problem with Man City right now, every time they go into the second half of a game, you see a lot of changes. The pace, the man marking, you know, it dropped completely. So they kind of like stay in a game for like half an hour, 30 minutes to 45 minutes in the first half. And then in the second half, it's a whole different game for Man City. It's been like that since the draft form. So it's just difficult to see when are they going to be back to themselves. When are they going to grab their footing and start scoring goals, try to win the game? From the Everton perspective, Everton was um, they were outstanding. Like we said it the last time, it was a tough match for them, but we got to give them some credit because being a team that kind of not scoring goals for so many matches, and then they do manage to score a goal against Man City, and then also the goalkeeper Pickford was outstanding. He was really, really there for Everton. The penalty that he saved was really good. He saved a penalty in a way that put Haaland in an offside position for the rebound. So this is not about missing or injury player anymore about Man City. We have said this, but people still think Man City because so Rodri because of injury crisis. Um, that is the reason why they're not performing. But it's not like that anymore because most of the guys who was trying on, we saw them on the page. We saw Kovacic, we saw Kanji, we saw uh, Grealish, we saw Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden. They were all there, all right. And then we know Everton to be a team that really doesn't attack that much. They are noted for their heavy defending, but on the other hand, they kept on going for in the city half because they realized the city defense is not good enough. And you saw the equalizer. It just showed that in every department of the Man City team, they're kind of struggling. All right. I really wanted City to win that game, at least to put themselves back on track. But hey, it didn't happen that way. So if you can win against Everton, also a struggling team, we don't know when City is coming back. I think this is going to be like a whole season stuff for Man City. Um, well, January transfer is already here. Maybe they can get themselves a couple of players, but it's not going to help that much. It might help somehow to save the season by, probably qualifying for the Champion League, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure they're going to qualify for the Champion League because you got other teams up there kind of playing, fighting for that spot. You got more than six contender for the first four or five. You know, Liverpool is there, Arsenal is there, Chelsea is there, um, Aston Villa is there. Um, you got Nottingham Forest, you got all the other smaller teams. We're gonna halfway of the season and they still playing brilliantly. They still pulling some, surprises. They still pulling some performances. So it was embarrassing for City again. But people getting used to it now because it's somewhat like 12 games in 12, 13 games in succession, just the same performance. Even though some game they managed to draw some game, but you see how they struggle. You see how the players struggle individually. They struggling as a team. They struggling. So Sometimes those things happen to other clubs. The Arsenal went through it for a couple of games, 3, 4 games, and then they bounce back. But they are not being the case of City. It's just a clear indication, you know, the reduction of pace, the lack of energy in the middle of the park, the lack of, pressing ability, you know, those say we don't see it no more. We know Man City to be a team that chase the ball, that chase the opponent, they go after you from the first start of the first minute of the game to the end. But it's no more. So it was a great game from Everton. They stick to their game plan. They defended very well, and getting a point from that game, I think it's a well-deserved point from Everton. I don't think City deserved the 3 points, and so they shared a point. That was a fair result, but very disappointing result for Man City again.
All right, thank you very much for that reaction. Philip Izaki, let me come to you. City at Thursday, Boxing Day, at the Etihad Stadium, they managed to draw 1-1 against Everton. What's your reaction to that game?
Well, good evening to each and everyone following all tonight on Football Heritage. And also, my greeting go to Brother Yaya, Mr. Kone. I'm happy to be here tonight. Well, we all saw the game. The hometown Manchester City was a Everton. Now, Man City is going a lot of struggle at this moment now. But sometimes when we look at the game, Guardiola also is making some mistake. You have your best player, your best midfielder in the Premier League. You are one of the best midfielder, which is Kevin De Bruyne. Sometimes you look at Kevin De Bruyne, you just put him on bench, you use him second half. Sometimes the experience is there. You have to give him time for him to show what he can do. But he continue to put the man on bench, and the man is he is not injured again. Now, I believe that Pep Guardiola was making some mistakes to that side. Even though we know that Manchester City is going a difficulty now, but at least you should try to put in there. Sevino are playing on the side, he is not scoring. Dogu is the same thing. Jack Greasy also the same thing. They are not doing nothing. They fit down. Now Erling Haaland is not scoring. Kevin De Bruyne, sometimes he can lead in the center and score. When everybody know that Everton is the defending this season, they are defending well. So I believe that in the type of game that they play Chelsea, they play Arsenal, they play some top team. They are defending, and nobody can score on them. They only go for that 1 point. Sometimes they go for that 1 point. So it's good when you play that type of team. At least when they are defending, you try to the people that can kick, they can leave the center and kick. Sometimes give them the opportunity. They leave the center, they kick. Sometimes they go can come. But if not like that, for you to penetrate and enter, it can be very difficult. For now, everybody know that Everton have a defense. They have that defense, that solid defense. They have it at this moment. So that's the game. They share point. What as Everton was to get, that's what they went for, to get that 1 point instead of losing to get 0 point. So it was better you get 3 points. 1 point is good for them. So that was the game. But now Manchester City, they're going through difficult time. At least there's some January, the transfer window is open now. So they want to bring some quality player. As I hear that they
Okay.
say, they bring in Messi. They say Messi will be the savior for them. But I don't know
Okay,
whether
thank you very much, Filippo Inzaghi. Because we just want to make it brief because we're doing 2 into 1 today. We'll also be looking at the preview for tomorrow because we have some games tomorrow, Monday, and Arsenal is the only team that play Wednesday, New Year Day. So Man City, let's look at Man City next fixture. They play tomorrow, the first game tomorrow, 8:30 Central Time in the morning. And they are away to struggling Leicester City. And Man City and Leicester City, their last 5 meetings in the Premier League, City have the edge. They have won all 5 with no defeat. And on the last time Leicester City won a game, but that won a game against City was 2021 in the Community Shield when they defeated Man City 1-0. And the last time they won in the Premier League against Manchester City was 2020 when they defeated Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium 5-2. So, having said that, both teams they are struggling, and City their last 5 Premier League games they have only won 1, 2 defeats, 2 draw. Leicester City on the other side, their last 5 Premier League games they have won only 1, 3 defeats, 1 draw. City are winless in their last 4 Premier League game, and Leicester City they are also winless in their last 3 Premier League games. So, Mr. Corner, let me hear your take on that game tomorrow.
Well, it's a tough situation right now for Man City. Coming out to predict, um, be it a stronger side and going against a struggling team like Leicester City. We saw them against Everton. We saw them against a couple of struggling teams already this season. Um, Leicester City, from the Leicester City point of view, they do have a new manager. So it's also a transitional period for Rue Van Nistelrooy. Um, they could use that, to regain their strength. They could use that to get back and win away, because we saw Leicester City against Liverpool this coming weekend. They managed to score early minute goal on Liverpool, but Liverpool this season is just unbelievable. The kind of football they're playing is it's just unbelievable. That's the reason why they pull out such a performance against Leicester City, and then they were able to equalize and went on by winning that game 3-1. But that doesn't mean that Leicester City is not a good team. They had a game plan. They tried to execute it. They tried their best. They had some movement in that match. So it's going to be the same thing with Man City. Man City is not like a Liverpool, this season. So it's going to be a tough one for them again, a very tricky match. But the frustrating part is Man City playing Everton, Leicester City, and they got another game. Their next game, Ipswich. Those 3 games, if you can't get win from them, you know, I don't know who you're going to win right now, because you should be able to get 3 points from Leicester, get 3 points, at least get another 3 points from Ipswich, and then Everton as well. But we've seen Everton again, it went the other way around. Now they got Leicester City. So they had tried, Pep Guardiola had tried all of his tactics from my point of view. He had tried everything, but he still can't get the necessary result. So this is really frustrating. Psychologically, it affecting the entire teams. You can see it from the faces of those players when they're on the pitch. When Haaland missed the penalty against Everton, you saw the frustration. So the entire team is like that. So they got so many things going on with Man City right now, and then at the same time they're playing game after game, games after games. Those games coming in sequence. They just played 2 days ago, and then they got to play tomorrow. So to really recover from those trauma, is something that they need miracle. I have said this before on our last top show, that to save Man City season, or for Man City to come back and win the Premier League, they need miracle to do that. We're not seeing anything like that coming. If they happen, it got to be a real miracle. Footballing miracle is what they need to perform to win the Premier League this season. We don't see it because those games that they already drop points, draw, loss, and it's still happening. It's still happening to them. It's not something that to say is over. It just happened 2 days ago. They just dropped another 2 points. All right. So I don't see them pulling any big fight against Leicester City tomorrow. I don't really see it. From my point of view, I think that score is going to be another draw.
So
A
what will be
one
your
of
prediction?
City and Leicester tomorrow.
What's your prediction?
1-1.
1-1. Filippo Inzaghi, let me come to you. City, they are away tomorrow. First game, they are away to Leicester City tomorrow. And their last 4 games in the Premier League, they have won none. And Leicester City is also struggling. They have now won in their last 3 games. They lost all 3. So what's your take on that game tomorrow?
2-1 in favor of Manchester City.
2-1 to City. Okay, Filippo Inzaghi, thank you very much for that. For me, it's going to be a hard game. Even though Leicester City is struggling, but if you watch their game against Liverpool, it was a tough game. And Liverpool, in transition, they are the best team right now in the world. On the break, they are dirty. And City, they are too slow, very passive. And I can't see them scoring that type of goals Liverpool score against Leicester City this gone Boxing Day. So City will struggle. I can't see them scoring more than 1 goal. And if you look at the City defense, the defense is terrible. Center back, left back, right back, abysmal. So, and I don't see them stopping Leicester City from scoring. Even though there's a blow, this guy, Jordan Ayew, is suspended for that game because he has 5 yellow card, which is equivalent to 1 game suspension. And he will miss the game tomorrow. But people, they have a lot of people that can cause Man City problems in that game. So I can see the draw too. I think it's going to be 1-1. Yeah, that would be the fair result because I don't see City scoring more than 1 goal, and I don't see Man City keeping a clean sheet. So it's going to be 1-1. So we now move on to the next game I play Boxing Day. Chelsea, they were at home to Fulham, and many people, many pundits, they said that even though Chelsea winning, but Chelsea is not a title contender. And this is the reason why. This is one of the reasons people been saying that Chelsea, they are not in the title race. And against Fulham, Fulham was the best team in that game. If you watch that game, Fulham, they had a lot of ball. They have more ball possession than Chelsea. They created a lot of big chances than Chelsea. They dominated Chelsea at Stamford Bridge in that game. And Chelsea scored in that game through Palmer. He has 12 goals in the Premier League. Prolific. He's very, very efficient. But deep into the game, in the 83rd minute of the game, Fulham equalized. Fulham equalized in the 83rd minute of the game through Harry Wilson. And In stoppage time, deep into stoppage time, Rodrigo Muniz scored a winner. They stunned Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. So, Mr. Colin, let me come to you. What's your reaction to that game? You muted. Are you there?
Yeah. You hear me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, go ahead with the question. I was not getting your. Sorry.
Yeah, I said during Boxing Day, Chelsea lost at home.
Oh.
They were in the lead until the 83rd minute when Harry Wilson equalized for Fulham. And deep into stoppage time, Rodrigo Muniz scored a winner for Fulham. Chelsea, they were stunned at Stamford Bridge, and Fulham dominated the game from start to finish. So, what's your opinion on that game?
Well, again, we come back to perception of the media saying that Chelsea is not a title contender. It's just clear. All right, you got the two major title contender win against Fulham. Fulham managed to get a draw against those people, Liverpool and Arsenal, and then Chelsea being the third title contender, then people don't even consider them to be a title contender, and then they sluggishly lost to Fulham. If you watch a game, everybody know Fulham to be deadly on a break as well. Those guys on the extreme for Fulham, it will be Adama Traore. Those guys, they got a whole lot of energy. They got so much pace. Um, you gotta be really, really tough on those two guys. And then they got two guys in the defense beside Iwobi and Traore. You know, they got those two guys on the wing back. They also good on the break. Robertson or Anderson, one of them. They're really good on the break. You saw the Chelsea game. Chelsea tried to do everything in the first 30 minutes. And then when they came back in the second half, it was a whole different game. Fulham control the game from the middle of the park, from the defense to the attack, to the midfield and to the attack. All right. Game management. This is Chelsea's problem. We're seeing it. They don't have that leadership in a defense. This is the reason why Chelsea concede goals almost every games that they go to, because the leaders they lack the leadership in defense. When teams are on a break during a transition, when they're on a break going to attack Chelsea, most of the time they struggle, and it was the case of the 9-minute goal that Fulham scored against Chelsea. All right, you already fought hard through all the game. Why not manage the game? All right, they couldn't manage it. The second half, Fulham were too strong for them, and it just continued adding up Chelsea frustration. You saw they just dropped 2 points prior to the Fulham game. All right, now they dropped another 3 points against Fulham. All right, Chelsea got a very young team. I said this before. They got a very young team, not too much experience. I don't really think Chelsea is ready for the Premiership right now. They're just playing winning games. It's going to be like that through all the season. It's going to be off and on. But to be consistent, it's not going to be with Chelsea. So every time Chelsea go against a tough side, especially a team that got a very good attack, they will always struggle against them. So I wasn't surprised when I saw the score going that way. I think Fulham, one way or the other, deserved the 3 points, because for the last 45 minutes, Chelsea were it was all over the play. They couldn't match Fulham. They was only trying to get a point from that game, but because those guys was too strong for them, and they kept on going to the last minute. They got that last goal. So it was not a big surprise when Fulham won Chelsea, because we saw Fulham against Liverpool. We saw how Liverpool struggled against Fulham the first 15 to the 17 minute. There was goal down, and then a red card as well. You got to be a good team to cause those kind of problem for teams like Liverpool. So going against Chelsea, we knew that things like there was or things of such was going to happen, and it actually happened. It caused so much problem for Chelsea. Chelsea couldn't withstand the pressure of Fulham in the last half of the game. So brilliant game from Fulham, and Chelsea need to learn from that. They need to work on that defensive problem. They need to build that leadership. They need to find that person in the defense to really control the rest of the guy. Silva was there the past couple of years. He was really good at that. He was old, but now they don't have him, so they struggle all the time. They go against a team with a brilliant attack.
All right, thank you very much. Filippo Inzaghi, let me come to you. Chelsea lost at Stamford Bridge, and they were in a lead until in the 83rd minute when Harry Wilson equalized deep into stoppage time. Rodrigo Muniz scored a winner for Fulham. What's your take on that game?
Yeah, my takes on that game. The best winner was the Fulham, because Fulham played very well. From the beginning, Fulham was dominating, and we all know that Fulham they are stubborn team. They play very well. They play their own system. When you play against them, they play according to at the same time they defend, at the same time they move out. Any opportunity they get, they hardly miss that opportunity. Even though they can get so many chances, but any good chances they get, they always make good use out of it. That's what they did. And Chelsea, in the 30 minutes, you leading. Why goal you looking for now? You always have how many minutes for the game to finish? As a good coach, experienced coach, you have to stop putting you have to stop setting your attacker down. You bring defensive so you can secure your 3 points. But I'm not seeing nothing like that. Chelsea all have defensive problem. Sometimes you play game like that, pressure is on you. Why you have to do is that you take some attacker, you bring defensive to threaten to make sure your defense will be solid more than before. So it's like that. But for me, see, for winning, it's not a bad, because when we saw them again playing Liverpool, and Liverpool is a big team. Liverpool struggle for them to get up for them to get out 1 point against them. Even though they were playing on Anfield, they try to make a way. So Fulham, it was good for them to carry that 3 points, because they deserve to be the winner of the game.
Thank you very
So
much, Filippo. Thank you very much, Filippo Inzaghi. And for me, that game, Fulham deserved to win that game. This is why Fulham, if you watch them play, they give every big team a problem. And Chelsea problem, the major problem Chelsea have, their defense, particularly the center defense, is not good enough, and they don't have a good goalkeeper. And the last goal, the goalkeeper contributed to Chelsea conceding the last goal. His goal kick led to that. He just kicked the ball straight to a Fulham player, and the attack led to the goal. So Chelsea, their next game in the Premier League is Monday. They will be away to Ipswich Town. Ipswich Town, they are fighting for their lives. They are in relegation zone, and there is no easy game in the Premier League. I think the result can tell you that all the games not easy. Every game in the Premier League is a tough game, especially away from home. And they visit Ipswich Town. Ipswich Town, they are 19th place in the Premier League relegation zone. Chelsea now, they say third place in the Premier League. And Only 4 times Ipswich Town and Chelsea they have met in the Premier League. 4 times, 2 draw, 2 win for Chelsea. Ipswich, they have not win again against Chelsea. But if you look at Chelsea last 5 games in the Premier League, they won 3, lost 1, draw 1. So they are winless in their last 2 Premier League games. For Ipswich, their last 5 Premier League games, they won only 1, they lost 4. But Monday game will be a different game. It doesn't matter whether you have won 5 games in a row or you have lost 4 games in a row. Every game is different in the Premier League. So, Mr. Connell, let me come to you. What's your opinion on that game Monday between Ipswich and Chelsea?
I think Chelsea gonna use that game to recover from um, they they just dropped 5 points out of 6, so they want to come back. They want to get back a winning way because they was kind of very close of taking the lead or tapping the table on for the very first time since I don't know how many seasons Chelsea haven't been there, and they missed that chance. So they came against Fulham and they lost as well. So a switch game, they got to use that to come back. A kind of like recovery match for them. They got a good team. Chelsea got a very young team. They don't have um, a very good defense. That's for sure. Um, I know they're working on that, but um, Chelsea got a very solid midfield. They got a very good bench, and they also scoring goals. So after dropping those 5 points, they want to get back on winning way, and they have to. I know they're telling everybody they are not a title contender, but your game says it all. People saying it. Soccer pundits are saying it as well because they know the team is not mature enough. It lacks so many experience. There's no leadership in the team. So they all they want to do now is just keep fighting those games that they got to take advantage of and get a 3 points from it. Ipswich is one of those games. So I think they're going to be too strong for Ipswich to on Sunday because they don't want to lose or they don't want to drop another 3 points or drop another 2 points after doing it twice in a row. So, from my opinion, Chelsea is going to be strong for Ipswich on Sunday. I think they're going to win that game 3-1 against Ipswich on Sunday.
Thank you very much for that. Zimbabwe people in Zagi, let me come to you. Chelsea take on Ipswich Town. Ipswich Town, they are 19th place in the Premier League. Chelsea, 3rd place. What's your take on that game on Monday between Ipswich and Chelsea?
Chelsea going to be 2-1.
Chelsea 2-1. Thank you very much. For me, relegate team that in relegation zone, the game is always difficult because they are fighting for their lives, fighting for survival, and they are playing home. So it's gonna be difficult for Chelsea, but I think they have dropped points in their last 2 games in the Premier League. So I do believe that they're gonna get back to winning ways. And but it's gonna be a hard game. So I think Chelsea gonna win 2-1. That's my prediction. Ipswich 1, Chelsea 2. And we now move on to the other game that played on Boxing Day. The same day Chelsea lost at home was the game between Manchester United and Wolves at the Molineux. And the game was a very difficult one. Both teams played a 3-4-3 system. They canceled each other in the first half. And right after the break, the first 1 minute after the break, Bruno Fernandes played a stupid foul and he was sent off for a second bookable offense. And he was shown his second yellow card, which is red. in the 46th minute of the game. And after that, right after that card, Onana, one of the major problems Manchester United facing, get rid of real shot stopper David De Gea for a guy who doesn't know how to stop shot. And Matthew Cunha, the number 10 from Wolves, he scored from a direct corner on Andre Onana. And I've been watching Manchester United for over 20 years of my life. I watched Manchester United play. I have not seen any Manchester United goalkeeper concede direct from the corner until against Tottenham, when the second choice goalkeeper conceded directly from the corner when Son Heung-min scored on him. And now the first choice, Andre Onana, conceded Boxing Day directly from the corner. And in stoppage time, Wolves scored their second goal to make it 2-0. And Mr. Corner, let me come to you. Manchester United struggling. Most of their players not good enough. They don't fit in a coach system. And most of them, they have been there for so long. And they have a lot of low IQ footballer. Their IQ as a footballer is very low. To even get a 5-yard pass, it's difficult for most of those players. So what's your take on that game? You are muted.
It was really shocking to me when I saw Bruno Fernandes, of all person, conceding 2 yellow card resulting to a red card. Your team already struggling. They're looking, trying to get the best of every game, trying to gain their form. All right, and then you as leader on the team playing those kind of unnecessary fire that caused 3 points. I know Man United was struggling in that game, but the major contribution to Manchester United defeat that match was the red card. All right, you playing a key position on the team, and then when you concede a red card in such a manner where the team is struggling, looking for fun, they're going against a team that also struggling, but not Fulham, but Wolf. Wolf does have some great talents in their team. They use individual brilliances and get goals from games, and it was just unbelievable what we saw from Bruno Fernandes. He's for this season. I think this should be his third red card this season, which is not good for him. All right, you're not a defender. You are not a defensive midfielder. You are attacking midfielder, leader of the team. You heading the team. You are the captain. Conceding those kind of cards, it just showed that he don't deserve being on our team. It's just that he's already the captain. Some coaches will strip the armband from you and then drop you on the bench because what you're doing, you're not serving as good example. That's what I believe. As a leader, people should be there to learn from you. The younger players, all right, the average players should be there to learn from you. For the future, they should be there to learn from you when they go into a game, or if they give them the chance to come and perform. They should be there to say, "Oh, our captain, this is what he can do." So I'm on the field. I'm going to try to exhibit the same attitude. But we're not seeing it from Bruno Fernandes. All right, we know Man United is struggling, but I'm saying this because the manner in which he received that red card, it just changed the game plan. It changed the dynamic of the game. So I'm not going to look at other mistakes that happened during the game by other players, but he, as a leader, conceding card in that manner, put the team in a very bad situation that they can recover from that game. So there's no way you're going to shift the defeat of Manchester United on Onana or other players. He was He was terrible in that match. We know the team is not performing, but he's a major contributor to Manchester United defeat. And Fulham were brilliant. They took, from the Fulham perspective, not Fulham, but
Wolves,
the
Wolves.
they was brilliant. They took their chances. They make use of their chances. They scored 3 goals. I didn't expect that from them, but when they give you a card in the Premier League, you're playing the lowest team. If you're not strong enough, all right, to cover the space of the missing player, you're going to get punished. You're going to get punished hugely. And what happened to Man United? They capitalized on the Fernandez situation and got 3 goals from Man United. So going forward is up to the coach, but he's not serving as good example for the Man United team right now.
Thank you very much. Filippo Inzaghi, let me come to you. What's your reaction to that game?
Well, Man United problem is not a coach problem, even though we know that they were defeated in Gomtown, even though Bruno Fernandes have a red card in that game. But equally so, we saw Liverpool was a forehand. Liverpool was, when the game started, they got red card against Fulham, but they played very well. They were able to secure their 1 point. But we believe that Manchester United should do the same. That even though one person is having red card, why is that you can continue to do something? You can do something to at least to secure 1 point. It's good. But Manchester United thing is not about, even the red card is there, but it's not all about red card. But Manchester United team is not very good at this movement now. So they really need to shuffle, to do something to back player, because it's not about coach. So and the coach, they just put blame on the coach, but now it's not coach problem. They really need to do something about it.
Thank you
I'm
very
very sorry to
much.
say this. I'm very sorry to say that. So Manchester United, you are Manchester United fan, but really you put need player really. It's not
Thank
about
you,
coach.
Inzaghi. I understand Manchester United. This is why I always say it's not a quick fix. It's a long-term fix because they need to get rid of almost all the players on that team. So probably 2, 3 players should remain. They have to get rid of almost all of them. And if the so-called James Radcliffe, who is a so-called left-hand Manchester United fan, if he means well, he should spend the money starting this January. Because if I in a position, if I own Manchester United in his position as a billionaire, I don't need profit. I just want Manchester United to entertain me, like what Roman Abramovich was doing at Chelsea. If I'm a billionaire and own Manchester United, I will not take a cent as a profit from in the team. I just want to win for them to just satisfy me. Simple. Every money we make, I'm going to invest everything on the squad. So Jim Radcliffe, who is now controlling the football aspect, if he is truly a Manchester United fan, this is the time for him to back this manager, because those players, they are lazy bunch of spoiled brat. They don't worth the money they are making. And they are awful. Their footballing IQ is very low, below average. If your footballing IQ is below average, you're not going to perform. You cannot coach a player how to give a 5-yard pass. You can't coach nobody to pass the ball 5 yard. You don't coach that. That is footballing IQ. You don't coach somebody give 2-yard pass, 3-yard pass. No. And you see those guys struggling, and particularly the captain that's supposed to be he is the worst Manchester United captain ever. I have seen so many Manchester United captain, the great Roy King, Gary Neville, Rio Ferdinand, Nemanja Vidic, Wayne Rooney, even Ashley Young or Antonio Valencia, they were better captain than this guy. Even Harry Maguire, he was the most criticized player on Manchester United. That guy, he had the toughest time at Manchester United than any other player. Some people will collapse. The criticism Maguire has received, no player on Manchester United received that criticism. So, they even abuse this guy. You know what it means to be abused for like 2-3 years? And yet this guy, he didn't complain. But a so-called captain like Bruno Fernandes, that guy, they just need to get rid of him. And I'll mention another next game is on Monday. They are at home to Newcastle United. And for me, if we get a draw in that game at Old Trafford, we'll be lucky. We'll be lucky to get a draw because the best midfielder right now for Manchester United will be missing that game. He has 5 yellow card. Manuel Ugarte has 5 yellow card. He will be missing in that game. And I can't see the other players. I don't see Casemiro or Christian Eriksen playing good game against Bruno Guimaraes and Joelinton on that day. Tonali, Guimaraes, and Joelinton. I don't see it. And Alexander Isak is in the form of his life. So we're going to struggle. Manchester United are going to struggle on Monday. If Man United get a draw, then it will be like a win. But I don't see it happening. I gave the edge to Newcastle United in that game. So, Filippo Inzaghi, let me come to you. What's your prediction for that game? Manchester United at home to Newcastle on Monday.
My prediction is 1-1.
1-1. Okay, Filippo Inzaghi. Mr. Corner, let me come to you. Manchester United Monday. Newcastle United is their next opponent, and they are struggling. They are lost 4 of their last 5 Premier League games, and their form is like Man City form right now. Even though City won only 1 of their last 8 Premier League games, and Man United won 1 of their last 5 Premier League games. So, what's your take on that game?
That game is a tough one for Manchester United. To be honest, Manchester is going to struggle through all that game. If you look at the current Newcastle squad, those guys got a very solid midfield. Um, um, Isak up front there, he's unbelievable. He's scoring goals for fun. Um, he giving defense so many problems, and Manchester United going through one of the toughest time in their history, and coming against Newcastle, it's a suicide for them. Manchester United fan might not like to hear that, but it's that's the reality. What you just said. The best result for Man United in that game is draw. Um, for me, my prediction for that game is Newcastle 3, Man United 1. But I don't think Manchester United have a chance against Newcastle with the current form, and then missing Bruno Fernandes, and then missing Ugarte. It's a serious trouble for Man United going against Newcastle.
All right, thank you very much for that prediction. For me, I can predict against my team, but even though losing will not surprise me, if Manchester United lost, it will not be a surprise. The only thing that will surprise me if Man United win that game on Monday. It will shock me because, and for Fernandez, he will not be missed because this guy caused more harm for Manchester United than good. Even if you watch game that he scored in, this guy will lose the ball many times in the game. Then probably he will score a deflected goal or he will score a penalty. Then people will forget about his bad game. And this is what has been happening for the past 2 years. This guy has been abysmal for the past 2 seasons. But sometimes he will score, then people don't discuss his bad performance. And the main person that will be missed will be Ugarte because Casemiro doesn't have the legs to cover the ground against people like Bruno Guimaraes. So it will be a sad day for Casemiro. He's at the end of his career. I think he just need to go to Saudi Arabia for his last paycheck and his retirement benefit. He need to go to Saudi Arabia, sign 2-3 year contract to get his retirement benefit. Same as Christian Eriksen. He doesn't have the legs as usual, and he cannot even run. So it's gonna be a hard game, and the coach, he doesn't have a lot of players available to him, even though most of them they lack the quality as a footballer to play for Manchester United, but no player available. Nothing available, especially in the middle of the park. Nothing is available. So for me, it's gonna be 2-2. So I can predict against my team. So I'm going for a 2-2 draw. And the last game on Boxing Day was Liverpool. They were at home to Leicester City. And Leicester City took a surprise lead in that game. 6 minutes into the game, Jordan Ayew scored for Leicester City to make it 1-0 to Leicester. And they defended brilliantly until on the stroke of halftime when Cody Gakpo equalized with an individual brilliance for Liverpool to make the game 1-all. And right after the break, 4 minutes after the break, Curtis Jones scored to make it 2-1 for Liverpool. And in the 82nd minute, Mo Salah, one of the greatest players ever to play in the Premier League, scored his 16th goal of the Premier League season to make it 3-1 to secure all 3 points for Liverpool. So, Mr. Connell, let me come to Liverpool. They are in sensational form since they drew 2 games in a row against Fulham and Newcastle United. They have won their last 2 Premier League games, and they smashed Tottenham Hotspur 6-3 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, and they won 3-1 on Thursday against Leicester City. And now Liverpool sit 6 points above Arsenal, who are second, and they have a game in hand. What's your take on that game?
Well, this is Liverpool again that we talk about. They they've been outstanding since the start of the season. Um, they just Liverpool just continue to do what they doing. You know what they've been doing this season. Um, it was a tricky match for them, especially going down in the first 6 minutes. And Leicester is a struggling team. We saw the game. The guys sat deep in their half and just wait for Liverpool because they already went ahead and they got some brilliant guy up from Ayed is there. He gave Liverpool so much trouble, but this is Liverpool again. Those guys are just good. What they do, what they're doing right now. They kept on going. They never relent. They kept on pushing. Their goal in that game was to make sure before the first half to cancel the goal that Leicester scored, and they achieved that. And this is the strength of them. That's the most important part of Liverpool right now. Sometimes you might quiet Mo Salah in the game for maybe 30, 35 minutes, and then they do have Capo. All right, this guy have picked up some set of form coming from the left extreme. He curving, his shot on targets are so unbelievable, and that was a brilliant goal from him. So they continue to control the game when they went behind 1-0, and they just never allowed the moment to kind of control them. I just want to believe that Liverpool is becoming um, the Real Madrid of Spain with the kind of mentality those guys are playing with. They can be done. They never relent. It's not going to bother them. They're confident. It doesn't affect their confidence. They keep on going, and you saw it in the game. All right, you saw it in the game. The second half, as soon as the second half gets started, in no time they were able to go up front, and then that was it. It was it. In a dime minute, Mo Salah makes that three. So it was a brilliant performance from Liverpool. We expected that from them, and they got it done. They got the job done. From the Leicester perspective, Leicester was good for the most part in the first half. They tried to do everything possible to stop Liverpool from scoring, but this is Liverpool we're talking about. All right, the only worrying part, the only part that is concerning people right now, Liverpool conceding early minute goals of recent. All right. But for me, from my perspective, I think it's because this guy is missing that defense, Konate, since he sustained that injury. Um, Joe Gobert came in to fill in for him, and they've been having that problem since Joe came in place of Kunate. So conceding goals early minute is not always a good option. If you go against a better team and you concede an early minute goal, sometimes you're going to struggle the rest of the game. You might not even get a chance to score a goal. That's the only thing. But um, every time it happen, they come back stronger, and then they keep on pushing and make sure they cancel that goal, and then um, possibly go to hell to win again. So that is alarming for Liverpool. But I know they coaching staff kind of working on it. You don't want to be conceding early minute in a game. You can go against a bigger side when they score on you. Some teams are very good at defending. They score on you early minute. It's going to be difficult for you to come back. So um, again, like I said, they're going to work on that when Konate come back because Joe Gomez is a little bit slower. He's not good enough as compared to Konate. So that gap is there. He's doing an excellent job, but you can see some lawsuit from him in the game.
Probably we lost in there. Izaki, let me come to you. Liverpool won 3-1 Boxing Day, and they are 6 point clear over Arsenal in the Premier League table, 7 point above Chelsea. What's your take on the game?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
you.
Liverpool, they are very excellent this season. They playing well, even though they were they scored the first goal against them the last time in the 6 minute, but 90 minutes can tell. It's good for somebody to score on you in a first minute or second minute when the game start music. It's good for for them to score on you. They're scoring you at the dying minute. So it's not good because we all know that Liverpool is here now. Liverpool, they have a good team, they have good defense, they have a good midfield, the attacker them, they are point shooter, they are scoring. Anytime, sometimes when them team they meeting now, they always score 3, 4. So it's good. They are in good shape. The team then, everybody is happy. The player then they are happy. They playing collective football, scoring. So it's good. The winning is in their hand because they are not dependent on nobody. They are not dependent on any club. As they losing point, a lot the other team then like Chelsea, Arsenal, they will get close to them. So they are not thinking on anything. They are winning is in their hand. So any game they play is the final game for them. So they continue to use that tactic. They use that tactic until the end of the season. So right now, Liverpool, they are the contender now. They are playing to get a good result. So the good result, they are always targeting. So
Thank you very
Liverpool,
much, Filippo. Thank you very much, Filippo Izaki. Liverpool next game in the Premier League, they play on tomorrow, the last game tomorrow in the Premier League. Liverpool will be away to West Ham United. And West Ham United send a loss against Arsenal. They have not lose a Premier League game since they were defeated by Arsenal. Their last four Premier League game, they have not lost, and they have won two. They drew two of their last four Premier League games. And excuse me, Liverpool on the other hand, their last five Premiership game, they drew two, and they have won three, and they have won their last two games in the Premier League. West Ham and Liverpool, West Ham and Liverpool,
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
yeah, okay. West Ham and Liverpool, you just anyone come to you for you to discuss the West Ham and Liverpool game. West Ham and Liverpool, their last five meetings in the Premier League, Liverpool won all five, zero defeat, zero draw, and Liverpool have the edge. And the fun Liverpool in right now, tomorrow It's gonna be a difficult game, but I think Liverpool gonna win. And my prediction for that game tomorrow, for that Liverpool game, will be West Ham United 1, Liverpool 2. West Ham United 1, Liverpool 2. So, Mr. Colin, let me come to you. Liverpool away tomorrow to West Ham. And West Ham United, their last 5 Premier League game, they lost 1, won 2, drew 2. Liverpool, their last 5 Premier League games, they have won 3, they drew 2. And both teams, their last 5 meetings in the Premier League, Liverpool won all. 0 defeat, 0 draw. So what's your take for that game tomorrow?
First of all, I want to say sorry. Computer battery kind of ran down. I just got a charger to put it back on. Well, that game, it's a it's a 3-0 win for Liverpool. That's my prediction. But I don't want to say much about that game right now. We know the kind of unbelievable form Liverpool is in. Nobody is stopping Liverpool right now until we see it happening. They're playing so well. They're scoring goals. They're defending. They're controlling games. So it's just going to be a tough one for West Ham again. You look at the record. You just said it, and this is one of the best form Liverpool have pulled out in the past couple of seasons. The form Liverpool is in is just unbelievable. They're playing a different football as compared to Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp game was just he attacked a whole lot, but this is different game. Sometimes Liverpool slow the game like they don't even want to play. You know, like they're giving the game to you. They want you to have the ball. So it's a different Liverpool we're seeing now. They're crushing everybody that come in their way, and I think they're going to be too strong for West Ham tomorrow.
All right, thank you very much. Philip Inzaghi, what's your prediction for the game tomorrow? Liverpool at West Ham United.
Liverpool 2, West Ham 1.
Liverpool 2, West Ham 1. So that is West Ham United 1, Liverpool 2. So we now move on to the last game, which was played yesterday. Arsenal, they won 1-0 at home at the Emirates Stadium against Ipswich Town. Kai Havertz scoring the lone goal in the first half. And Arsenal struggled in that game. They struggled to score in that game. And at the end of the game, I saw Arsenal taking the ball to the corner flag to run the clock down. That is unusual, particularly playing at home against a team that in relegation zone, or team that many people take before even a ball will kick in the Premier League to go down. And they are 19 players. It looks like they are going down. And for Arsenal to be taking the ball to the corner flag to run down the clock, that was shocking to me. I thought they could have scored more, particularly playing at home against a team in a relegation zone. So, Mr. Connor, what's your take on that Arsenal game? You muted. You muted.
You mean that last game with Ipswich?
Yes.
Yeah, Ipswich game.
Okay. Yeah. I was kind of shocked. My prediction on that game was like 4-1 or 4-0 if it were Arsenal. But to my surprise, I saw a different ball game with Ipswich. We know, especially in the second half of the season, all those struggling teams, all those bottom teams, they played a very tough matches against the bigger side. We have seen it so many times in the Barclays Premier League, and it was just one of the games against Arsenal. The performances they played it was just unbelievable. I know they dropped 3 points. They lost the game to Arsenal, but anything could happen again, especially in the last moment. I saw some movement they had. They couldn't convert those chances. But Arsenal was the luckier side that day, and then they managed to walk away with 3 points. So it was a tricky match. Arsenal knew they needed that 3 points. I heard you talking about Arsenal taking um, the ball to the flag pole in order to kill the game. Yeah, it was part of their plan because they needed to win that game. They needed the 3 points, especially when Chelsea lost to Fulham. So Arsenal couldn't afford to drop points in that game. So um, sometimes you don't have to play a beautiful game to walk away with the 3 points. Sometimes you just need a game management, and I think Arsenal executed that very well, and they managed to get a 3 points from that game, which was kind of important for them. In competition of such, the season is a long one. You don't have to play beautiful football all the time. Sometimes you play um, some substandard football just to get your 3 points, and it was one of those games for Arsenal. So they managed to get it, and that was good for them. We just hoped that their run should continue because any points that they drop right down and Liverpool win, it just create or add up the chances of Liverpool winning the Premier League with huge gap. So it was a brilliant strategy from them, and they managed to get a point.
Thank you very much. Felipe Izagi, what's your take on the game? Arsenal won 1-0 at home to Ipswich Town.
Yes, Arsenal winning was not bad because they have the 3 point. So for me, I said it the last time. I said that game is not going to be the goal. Not going to be playing too much. For Arsenal taking out one, it was struggling yesterday to get that 3 point by beating 1-0. So actually, it was not bad because we play well. Arsenal here. Arsenal needs striker. They play very well. They hold ball. They do correct passes. They play collective ball, but no good scorers. And they were struggling yesterday to score that one goal. So at least they were able to make a 3 point. So it's good for them. And I believe that Arsenal in a January they need to buy striker. As we always say, Arsenal also need striker. Even though they want to be a contender, they have to buy striker because they need a striker.
All right, Filippo Inzaghi, thank you very much. Arsenal next game will be away to Brentford, and Brentford themselves they are not really in good form. This for the past 5 games they have 1 win in 5. They are struggling, but it's gonna be a hard game because if you look at our last 5 games, they play a lot of tough teams. And on Wednesday, New Year Day, Arsenal first game in 2025, they will be away to Brentford, and it's going to be a very very hard game for them because Brentford is not an easy game. And Arsenal, if Liverpool wins tomorrow, they're going to put a huge pressure on Arsenal. It's a must-win game for Arsenal, and Brentford they have two of the best strikers right now in the Premier League. Mbeumo, he has 10 goals in the Premier League, and Wisa, he has 9 goals in the Premier League. So, Mr. Connor, what's your take on that game? The Arsenal game on New Year Day at Brentford.
It's going to be a tough match for Arsenal. Brentford, those guys sometimes they're playing for a particular game and go and execute their plan, and then sometimes they work for them. What I saw from Arsenal against Ipswich, if they go to Brentford like that with that mentality, they're going to struggle. Hopefully, they can change their game plan. They can go to Brentford with different game plan and try to be clinical enough, create chances, and score goals as well. But if you look at Brentford, Brentford on the break. They're very good on the break as compared to Ipswich Town. So I hope when they go there on New Year Day, their game plan should be different because if you decide to play them like the way you play Ipswich, they're going to get punished. They're going to struggle. It's a tough match, and Arsenal know within the shot they need to win that game. The Premier League have reached a point, especially with Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool. Every game that those guys go to right now is like a final to them. It's like a final match. All right. Nobody want to drop point because if you drop a point right now, you'll be you know, giving advantage to the team behind you or right in front of you to go to add up the gap between you and them, or you be going to their position, they come into your position. So it kind of like that for the past couple of weeks now, almost a month. We've seen that with Arsenal and Chelsea. Chelsea was second place. I mean, Arsenal was there, and then after some time, Chelsea was Chelsea is already down. Arsenal is back up to the second place. The only thing that is kind of a little bit consistent right now is Liverpool. They dropped 4 points in 2 games in succession, but because of the point deficit, those guys was done able enough to clean the first place from Liverpool. So it's going to be a tricky match for them, but my prediction: Arsenal going to win that match 2-1.
2-1 to Arsenal. Thank you very much for that prediction. Inzaki, what's your prediction for that game?
Well, that game is an open game. The both teams they are ready for the game, but I believe that the game is going to draw. Maybe 1-1 or 0-0.
What's your prediction? Be specific.
1-1.
1-1 draw. Okay, for me, that game, it's going to be 2-2. And let's just go through the rest of the fixture. You can give me your prediction, the both for you. And Crystal Palace they are home to Southampton tomorrow. So, Izaki, what's your prediction?
You say
Crystal Palace are home to Southampton. What's your prediction for that game?
Crystal Palace 2, Toronto 0.
2-0.
Yes.
Mr. Kodaba, you what's your prediction for Crystal Palace game?
Palace, Palace 1, Southampton 1.
1-1. I think Palace gonna win 2-1. That's my prediction. Everton are home to Nottingham Forest. What's your prediction, Filippo? Filippo Izagi, what's your
1-1.
prediction? 1-1. Everton was it Nottingham Forest. Mr. Koda, what's your prediction?
1-0 to 1-0 to my man Sean. Everton.
1-0 to Everton. I think Nottingham Forest gonna win 1-0. Nottingham Forest 1-0. Fulham versus Bournemouth. What's your prediction, Izagi?
2-1.
2-1 to Fulham. Mr. Koda, what's your prediction for that one?
It's a 2-2.
2-2 draw. I think Fulham gonna win. 2-0. And Tottenham are home to Wolves. Inzaghi, what's your prediction?
2-1.
2-1 to who?
Tottenham.
Tottenham. 2-1. Mr. Connor, what's your prediction for that one?
3-1 to Spurs.
3-1 to Spurs. I think it's gonna be a 1-or draw. And the last game, Aston Villa versus Brighton. Inzaghi, what's your prediction for that one?
Aston Villa 2-0.
2-0 to Aston Villa. Mr. Connor, what's your prediction?
That game is gonna be 1-1.
1-1. I think Villa gonna win 2-1. So before we go, let me just before you guys can have your parting comment. If you are not yet subscribed, please. The link is in the description. If you are watching on Facebook, please go to YouTube. If you can go to the link that in the description, just click on it. It will take you to YouTube. If you are unable to do that, go to your YouTube and you go to the search. You just put Musa Football Heritage. That's the easier way to find it. You just tap it in and it's going to pop up. And let me show you how it's going to look when it does pop up. It's going to look like this, as you can see on the screen. It's going to look like this. This is how our YouTube page looks like. You're going to see the Football Heritage. You're going to see this is the badge of the Football Heritage. You're going to see the tiger right in there in the back with a football right beneath the tiger. This is how our page look. It's 1.81k subscriber. Please subscribe to the channel. We need the subscription. We need your support. And please, if you are watching on Facebook, the next show, please come to YouTube to watch. And Mr. Corner, what's your parting comment?
Well, my parting comment goes to our fan follower. Why we want to urge. You just said it all. We want to urge those that haven't subscribed to this channel. We need them. They are the one we are here for. We encouraging them to go there and subscribe. We want to encourage all of our friends. Those that are following on Facebook, you can click the link too. It will take you to the YouTube channel. So it was a wonderful show tonight. I'm hoping to see you guys back after tomorrow match and after the weekend match. We can sit and talk about it again. It's a good thing sharing this platform with you guys. I know Oti is not here today. Hopefully, he's going to be here on the next show, and we just here all the time to share ideas about the game. We kind of love the game. That's the reason why we're doing it. So this is non-politic. It's all about sport. Just share your view. Our view doesn't mean that we don't like your team. Sometimes we give view based on our analysis. So thank you so much for following up. We love you and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Philippo Izaki, what's your parting comment, my brother?
Okay. I would like for our followers who watch out tonight. They should go on YouTube to do subscribe so they can follow us. And there is an open organization YouTube, so they should come and watch us. Yep, the subscribe is open for everybody. This place is all about politics. We came here to share ideas. What is in your mind concerning about football? You come to bring it in. So everybody is welcome. So thank you for everybody who is watching us. We thank you for that time. And also, God bless them. God bless we all.
All right, Philippo Inzaghi, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. For those that will be watching later, I really, really appreciate the support. And as I said earlier, please go to the link. It's in the description. If you are watching on Facebook, the link is also in the description. On YouTube, the link is in the description. Just go to the link, click on the link, and it will take you to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. We really need your support. Thank you very much. We'll be back after the game to give our post-match analysis. We're going to give you our honest opinion, how we see it. This is a fan channel, and anybody want to come on, you can contact me, or you can contact Philippo Inzaghi, or you can contact Mr. Yaya Kone. If you want to come on, you can contact any of us, and we will bring you on. This is a fan channel. It's for everybody. It's not for a specific fan. I'm a Manchester United fan, and Mr. Colin is Real Madrid and Liverpool fan. Philippo Inzaghi is an AC Milan fan. So, and Otis, he is an Arsenal fan. Sometimes he's here, sometimes he doesn't show up, especially if Arsenal don't win a football match, he doesn't show up. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I really, really appreciate the support. And with your help, this channel going to grow in the next year or two. This is why we are looking forward to. We'll be back tomorrow with the reaction show because we have a lot of games tomorrow. We'll be back here to give you our post-match analysis. Thank you very much. Peace. All of you guys can have a pleasant night. Peace.